Hello, welcome to our final in the series of Sharing Survival Stories Saturday, where formerly homeless single moms share their stories of survival and struggle, the challenges and how they overcome them and where they are today. We want to thank the Palm Health Foundation for the Be Well, Do Well grant, which is sponsoring this series. We very much appreciate it. And today we have the pleasure of speaking with LaKeysha Randall, mother of 6 girls, let me tell you. So welcome, LaKeysha. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So I understand your story begins when you were 18.
Yes, it does.
You want to share a little bit about what happened when you were 18, how you fell in love? Got to watch that, women, falling in love.
Yeah. I met my ex-husband when I was 18. Just got out of high school. I was working in this restaurant, and he walked in. I thought he was the most
Handsome,
guy I ever met.
charming.
Be careful, women.
Yeah, watch that.
Exactly. He can't. He was coming in every night.
Because of you?
No.
Okay.
Because he couldn't. He can't cook.
Oh.
So
I should have been your first clue.
I know. Right? I know. We started to talk, get to know each other. It wasn't a long courtship. I think let me see. I think about 6 months in, it's when we started dating, and
You're 18. You're impressionable. He's a handsome guy and charming, and
I was sheltered, and so there were signs that I didn't see. So let me just speed it up a little bit. My mom met him, and my stepdad. My mom said, "No,
not gonna work.
it's not gonna work. There's something about him that I don't like, and besides, there's a 12-year age difference. I was 18 and he was 30. I'm like, okay, my mom's old school. She doesn't know everything. So I got pregnant with our daughter at 20, and then we got married when I was 22. I should have known during our courtship that something was just not right with his work habits.
Okay.
He wasn't. The jobs were not stable jobs. It was always a job that can make him money, just like that.
Okay.
So speed it up. We moved to Jacksonville, and that's when I gave birth to our first daughter. We were living in an apartment, barely furnished. Um, he was. I can't remember what he was doing. That was so. My daughter's almost 30, so that's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
He was selling insurance.
Okay.
It was
And selling insurance, so he was on like a straight commission.
straight commission.
Oh, that's hard, especially when you have a family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pregnant with Amber. 4 months into my pregnancy, I started to um, go into premature labor. We didn't have insurance, so he was paying for me to go to.
Like urgent care or something
No,
like that?
it was just a regular OBGYN.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was well known in the community, and he was only able to pay for maybe the first 4 months. So when I started to have issues with our first daughter, they sent me to a hospital um, in Mayport.
Okay.
So they decided that I was having contractions. So since I didn't have insurance,
And you're 4 months along?
4 months along. So
Okay.
they sent me to a hospital in downtown Jacksonville that is not a good hospital. So, because I couldn't pay, couldn't have
Okay.
insurance, so they sent me to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
It was. I was afraid for my baby because I didn't. It was a government.
So you gave birth at that hospital?
No. It was a government run hospital. So they put me on medication, sent me home.
When you're pregnant, they put you on medication.
Yeah. It was called Tributaline to stop the contractions.
Okay.
That was 4 months.
All right.
And I was supposed to be on bed rest.
Okay.
But he wouldn't allow me to be on bed rest.
Why?
I had to help him with his, job and.
So when you were helping him, were you like doing administrative stuff for him, or making calls, or what were you?
He was going to, he was not so much making calls. He had a side business where he was selling T-shirts, camping gear. We were going to, I can't remember, what are those when you go to these places to just sell your.
Like a flea market kind of a thing?
Market.
Yeah, or open market, that kind of a thing?
Yeah. So I was going with him on the weekends.
Okay.
To help him sell T-shirts, camping gear.
Oh, so like you're helping him set up and sell, and meanwhile you should be on bed rest. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is with your first child. So then what happened?
I gave birth to her. She was fine.
Okay. And you're still in Jacksonville?
We're still in Jacksonville.
Okay.
We left Jacksonville when she was 2.
Okay. And then where did you go from there?
We went to Boca. We moved to Boca.
Oh, Boca. Okay. And did he have a job in Boca? Is that why you came to Boca, or?
He met a friend in Jacksonville that was doing business in South Florida, so it was the insurance. So we moved to Boca, and he was doing pretty well because he was with a company.
Okay.
And it wasn't just he was getting a salary.
Oh, that's okay. So that's.
But that didn't last long because he felt like that he wanted to make more money. He wanted to. My ex-husband, he had a vision of. He thought that jobs like you do or I do was kind of beneath him.
Yeah.
He wanted to like get rich like that.
So he wanted to be like the executive of the company without doing all the work to get there.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah. All right, so you moved down to Boca, and then what happens?
We had 5 more kids. 5
Okay.
more daughters.
Okay. You're not working, right?
I'm not working.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not working.
And so, but I'm going to just guess that with all of the kids that you're like doing everything. Okay.
Taking them to school, making
cooking,
dinner,
cleaning. Yeah.
What I can say about him, he was very hands-on with the girls. It wasn't.
Okay.
He didn't leave that responsibility. He would take them to school in the morning. I would pick them up. I think his ability to provide was
lacking.
It was lacking.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to cry.
So did you have, in most marriages, financial situations is like the number one thing that people argue over, and I'm going to guess that that's probably your case as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got that, and then when he's not working, what are you doing? I mean, how are you paying bills and getting food and?
We relied on a lot of
help. Okay.
He used to take these jobs. I call them boiler rooms.
Okay.
It's when you can make $10,000 in a week. He used to take those type of jobs, but they were commission only.
Yeah.
And I never understood why that we had a family, and why wasn't he able to see that um, you need to take a job that's going to provide for your family,
Yeah.
and that's going to be consistent. And I never understood why. I mean, um, I can't tell you how many times we've been homeless, living
So
in a house.
let's talk about that. Okay. So you've got 6 kids. You're living in Boca, right? And you have a house.
We were renting a house.
Renting. Okay. And so you were living there for like X period of time, and then money ran out.
So what happened was my ex-husband come from a family with money, so
Okay.
he got an inheritance. So we bought a house in Boca. We were there for I think 8 years before the house almost went into foreclosure, and we sold it before that happened
Okay.
because he was just doing. He was a coffee trader,
Okay.
and um,
Like commodities kind of coffee.
commodities.
Okay. All right.
And he was not very good at it. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but he was not. And we had the girls in private schools, and it was just
You had all of the girls in private schools?
no. We had at that time 3 of them in private schools.
Wow.
2 were at Pinecrest
That's
in
expensive.
Boca, yes.
Yeah.
And my other daughter was in a private school in Parkland.
Oh my. Okay.
So I was driving all over the place.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so the house is foreclosed on, and then what happens to you guys?
So once we got whatever little money we did get from it, we rented another house in Boca, and he paid for the rent for the whole year.
Okay, smart.
Yes.
Did you make him do that?
No, he did it.
Okay,
because
good.
I was just, to be honest, I was just out of it. I just let him handle everything, and which was not wise on my part. It was just not.
Yeah, but totally understandable though.
And he was still doing the coffee commodities. And then when the year ran out, he had to go to his father to get. His father loaned him 3 months worth to pay the rent.
Okay.
So I assumed that okay, he's gonna get it together. No. Landlord kept calling. I had to sell my truck to pay for rent.
So how did you get the girl? The girls are still going to private school?
No.
No. Okay. So how were you getting around then if you
Public
did?
transportation and sometimes friends.
Okay. Wow, it's tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough.
So how long did this go on?
Majority of the marriage.
Yeah. So that was a few years.
Long time.
Yeah. And how are the girls in all of this? Kids can be pretty adaptable.
They are. My girls, they're the greatest.
Of course they are.
I mean,
look at their mom.
They know. They're hustlers. They're gonna go out and make it happen.
Yeah. They're gonna do the work.
They're gonna do the work, and they're doing the work.
Yeah.
Now.
Good.
I have my 4th daughter in college, so.
So let's go back. So you got 3 months rent. That's paid for. Yeah. And then at the end of the 3 months, then what happens?
I sold my truck.
You sold your truck. Okay. So that's maybe a month or 2, right? Okay.
No, it was about another 3 months.
Okay.
3-4 months.
Okay.
And then once that's over, the church was helping us.
With food and clothing and school supplies, rent. Okay, great.
And he was just still doing the same job. And I'm looking at him like, okay, this is not working.
Okay.
And then the power we lost. We were in the house. We were in the house for a month with no power.
With no utilities.
No utilities.
Wow. What did you do for food?
Friends was helping us with food. I wanted to go to the state for help.
Mm-hmm.
He refused because since we're married, I couldn't just apply without him. I wanted to apply.
Yeah.
And he said no.
Well, will be another sign to leave them, but hey, just saying.
Yeah. It was,
okay.
There were signs like I'm saying, it's not all him. I wish I was so focused on keeping my family together.
Yeah.
And I was so, I was taught that a woman will stick by her man no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So I stuck by him and I defended him. To the detriment of me and my girls.
Yeah.
So.
But at some point.
I woke up.
Yeah. Okay, so did you move into a hotel for a while? So what happened there?
So fast forward. We're renting another house. And we got out before we got evicted.
Okay.
So he moved us into a hotel down the street from here.
Okay.
That was just full of drug addicts, prostitutes, you name it. And
pretty sure I know which one that is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So when my friend drove into the parking lot, I just broke down and cried. I think something in me died when I pulled up into that.
It's like this is the lowest. It's the lowest.
Yeah.
So when people, I didn't even talk about Family Promise for a second. So what we do is we help homeless families get back on their feet again, and when you are homeless, that is a trauma. It's a trauma situation, and when our families come into our program, it's the lowest that they've been probably in their entire life. So that was your moment, right? Okay.
I felt like I failed my girls.
Oh my. Okay. But you didn't. You still had your family together.
Yes. I have never.
And you had somebody watching over you to help you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God was there the whole time, even though I felt like he abandoned me, but he didn't. But pulling into that hotel, seeing my kids inside and this woman coming out with a needle in her arm.
Oh my God.
That was it for me.
Okay.
And when I tried to voice what I was feeling, he got angry. He said, I'm doing the best that I can. So no, you're not. Because if you were doing your very best, we wouldn't be here. So.
How did he react when you said that?
He got angry.
Okay.
And walked out.
Okay.
But I think my friend Wanda, she's been a godsend. She told me when I saw the look on your face, she said, I knew that was the end for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like God was saying, you're done. I'm going to get you out.
Yeah.
I'm
going to lift you up.
It took 6 years. We were in that place for 6 years.
Wow. And did you start working there? Yeah.
I worked there 3 years after living there. Started cleaning rooms. Took a job cleaning the room.
Yeah. And did that for 3 years.
Did that for 3 years.
And but the situation at the hotel was not ideal for children.
No.
Right. So then, what happened?
I was being there was like being in prison.
Because you just have one room.
One room.
Wow.
One room. The hotel. I mean, bed bugs,
Cockroaches.
mold. I
Yeah.
mean, I never left.
Dirty air filters.
Yes.
Yeah. I know.
Yes. I was on that property pretty much 24/7 because I was not going to leave my kids.
Yeah.
And then when I started cleaning rooms behind his back.
Okay, to make for money.
For money,
Okay.
because my third oldest daughter needed something for college. I can't remember what it was.
Now, was he paying the rent at the? Okay.
Barely.
Okay.
Barely paying
Okay.
rent. So she needed. I can't remember what it was.
Say sneakers. Something.
Something.
Yeah.
And he couldn't do it. And I'm looking at him like, okay. At this time, I didn't have a bank account because everything was in his name.
Wow.
And so I was cleaning the room behind his back.
Okay.
And the stuff that I saw cleaning those rooms were dirty needles.
Oh my God.
It was just, and I'm crying while I'm cleaning. Like, I didn't imagine my life gonna
Right.
be like this. I didn't imagine it. So, and then Priya, who took over the hotel, and she changed it.
For the better.
For the better. She
Okay.
tried to, because that hotel had such a bad reputation, it was hard for her to do it.
Okay.
So then she asked me to run the hotel, to manage it. And she helped me. She helped me get my own credit card. She helped me. She just set me down saying that you smart. You can do this, because she was seeing everything was going on with my family. But then she left. And then...
Because she'd had enough.
Yes.
Because there was some like shenanigans going on. Yeah, okay.
So the brother of the owner took over, and it just went right back, and I'm stuck. He's paying me $400 a week to run the hotel, to run his 2 gas stations, and to also his what is it, laundromat. So I'm on call for him.
These are all cash businesses, I take it. Okay.
24/7.
Got that. All right. So you did that for how long under his?
2 years.
Wow. Okay.
2 years.
And then what happened where you said, okay, I had enough?
Going into a room.
And you're still with your husband at this point?
No.
Okay.
Because
okay,
I had moved.
Okay.
Me and the girls moved into since I'm running a hotel, they had an apartment, a house. So I moved over there with my girls.
Nice.
And the 2 final straws was going into a hotel room and finding a 22-year-old kid dead of a heroin overdose with a needle in his arm.
My.
And the very fact that I'm like, I can't do this. Yeah. I'm doing what I can, and then my girls are just seeing this. Because when someone is paying you barely enough, I couldn't save, because you know how expensive rent.
Yeah. I think he'd give you a break. Wow. Okay, so you got $400 and you realize, you know what, I'm working too hard, I got to do something else. Yeah. And did you have a vehicle at this point?
It was the owner's vehicle.
Okay.
So
he let you use it because you had to go to the gas stations and that. Okay. Not out of the goodness of his heart.
No, because he controlled everything.
Okay.
I was only allowed to use the vehicle if I need to get groceries for me and my family or business purposes. Other than that, I was on that property 24/7.
Okay. All right, so you're in the apartment, you're doing all this, and you say goodbye to your husband, or say, out of here, I've had you, I'm done?
Yeah.
Okay. And did he go quietly?
No.
Okay.
Um, I paid for the divorce, but he fought me 4 years. It took 4 years for me to get
4 years, like 1, 2,
4
3,
years.
4.
4 years.
Okay. Oh wow.
4
Oh,
years.
my
Yeah.
God, I feel your pain. Okay. All right. So you finally get a divorce.
And I
Okay.
left the hotel.
All right. And then where did you go?
So this is where my mom comes in. My mom helped me get out of the hotel. Um, I got on Section 8 because
Okay.
they came out and they saw the hotel, the conditions.
Yeah. And what did the sheriff tell you? What did he say to you? Do you remember what you told me?
The what?
The sheriff, was it the sheriff that came in?
No.
Okay. Somebody came in, official person, and said, you got to get these kids out of here.
That was the lady from the Section 8.
The Section 8. Okay. All right.
They came, they looked, and they like,
Yeah, you can't.
I got an emergency voucher.
Good.
Because they were seeing just
Yeah, but
people walking around with
Yeah.
needles.
children should, nobody should see that, let alone children, right?
So I got out. My mom helped me, but this is where the struggle got real.
Oh, because you're not struggling before.
Well, I was,
God.
but
Okay.
it was when I quit the job.
You quit the job, you quit your husband. I'm moving. My girls and I are going to have a new chapter. Mom, I need some help.
Yeah, so she helped me. So I got into my new place.
Okay.
Didn't have a job because I left the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I left is because my mom was coming into town and he knew my mom was coming. He's Muslim.
Okay.
So I guess they had some type, I think Ramadan.
Ramadan? Mm-hmm.
My mom made plans, was already coming, and he point blank told me, you can't see your mother.
Your mom's coming from out of state
Yeah.
to see you,
Yeah.
and you can't see her because it's Ramadan.
Ramadan. And because some type of convention down in Miami that would just came up just like that.
Okay.
He said, if you're not on this property, because I got cameras,
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to go well for you. So
He said that to you?
So I looked at him. I said, yes, sir. That's what I said.
Yes, sir. Okay.
It's a Saturday. I worked Sunday. When my shift was over, I left all the keys to the property. I left a letter,
Mm-hmm.
letter of resignation, keys to his truck, walked out of there.
Okay.
The next day, he was calling me.
Mm.
So I didn't answer the phone.
Okay. He didn't know where you were. He didn't put like a tracker on your phone or anything, did he? Okay. All right.
So my mom came down. It was great. But then she left. And I'll never forget when she left, I went in my room and I just bawled. I cried.
Because you're Section 8 housing now, right?
Yeah.
So you've got a place. Okay, thank God.
I cried. It's like everything that was
that you had suppressed was just coming out.
I'm like, okay, God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have a job.
But you got a house. You got
I
a
got a
home.
house.
You got a home. You got shelter.
I got shelter.
Where was this? Was this in Palm Beach County?
Green Acres. Everything that I kept inside came out.
Okay.
I felt lost because I was in a marriage for 20-some years where all I ever known was struggle.
Yeah.
I've never known financial peace.
Or calm. Or
Was
stability.
none of that.
Oh my gosh.
And I stayed
or positive emotional support.
Exactly.
Nothing.
I stayed because I thought my girl, they need their father.
Mm.
I didn't want them to grow up in a broken home, but I realized that our home was already broken.
Yeah.
Um, I was scared for the first time.
Okay.
I was scared,
Because you
but
were alone.
I was alone.
Yeah. That's scary.
It was.
Yeah.
I was scared.
Okay. Okay. So you get your you get your new apartment, right? And tell me that. And so you're looking for a job, and what happens?
I went to this. I can't think of this place. I think it was Compassion Agency.
Oh, right, right. You told me about that, right? And they helped you with your resume and interviewing skills and stuff. Okay, great.
I took computer classes, and that's how I got with Home Depot.
Okay. Okay.
So I started off part time with Home Depot, then they made me full time.
Like in a short period of time, right?
3 months.
Okay, then great. Okay.
So I was there for 15 months and then I got a better offer making more money at Lowe's.
Okay.
Better hours, and then that's when I started school.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling about yourself now that you're seeing all of this positive progression? It's like, you know, I can do this.
I can do this, but when you've been through a situation where all you ever known is struggle, you don't know how to have eternal peace because you always have a mindset that you got to stay on your guard because you just don't know
what's going to happen next.
What's going to happen. So I don't, to this day, I'm learning.
So when you were going through this, did you have someone to talk to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Okay,
friends,
good. Okay, good.
It's hard to talk to people that don't understand what you're going through.
Yeah.
So.
Which is actually kind of the whole purpose of this series was with a couple of the moms one time they said to me, it's all well and good that we've got the interns to talk to for our case management, but we'd like to hear from real live moms. And so thus that's how we got this series started, you know? So
things were going well. But there were still struggles because I was still trying to establish myself away from my ex because he controlled everything. Because I was raised that the man is the man of the house. You let him control everything. But I did that at like I said, the detriment of me and my girls. So
yeah. So for the 4 years that you were trying to get a divorce, he was controlling. But once you got the divorce, was he still?
I was out, so he couldn't control anymore.
Okay,
but the only thing he tried to control was a divorce.
Your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was.
And how were you getting to work, by the way?
My old boss, Priya, her mother, they was getting her mother a new car. She gave me a car.
Nice. Okay.
I owe a lot to her as well.
Yeah.
It's like God aligned a lot of people up to give me a helping hand. Even though I was still going through hell, when I look back on it, I feel like God was preparing me for something bigger and better.
Okay.
I just had to.
It's a wonderful way to look at it, by the way.
I can now. But when you're going through homelessness or having a partner that's
not a partner. Yeah.
That's controlling.
Manipulative.
Exactly. I feel like as women, we deal with it for our children.
Right. And sometimes it's good, sometimes not so good.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so you're working at Lowe's, and then what happens?
I'm in school.
Studying
business administration.
Perfect.
And while I'm at Lowe's, I've decided to I was seeing a counselor, a
Okay.
therapist, because I had a lot of issues of not feeling that I was good enough.
Anxiety, depression, self-esteem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, when you go through not only financial, but when you have someone that doesn't believe in you, it messes with your mind.
Yeah.
It messes with your mind. It made you. It made me feel like that I wasn't
Worthy.
worthy or good enough.
Yeah.
Um,
But you saw.
and I still fight with that to this day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I was telling a friend of mine, I don't know what it's like to just. All I ever know is struggle. So I don't know how to just relax. I don't. To this day, I don't. Because I'm always in my mind thinking, okay, I got to make sure there's enough money here, because I'm never going to go back to not having enough food for my kids. Power getting turned off. That's why I work.
Eviction notices.
Yeah, that's why I work like I work.
Yeah.
I work a lot.
Okay, so you're at Lowe's, you're going to school, and you're seeing a counselor. So you're making all good progress. Your girls are fine, right? Okay. And then what happens at Lowe's? You leave Lowe's, right? After a while?
I'm at a awesome company making
real money.
Real, extremely good money.
Yeah.
I've been there almost 6 months.
Okay.
And I'm starting to feel good about myself.
Yeah. Good. And are you still seeing a counselor?
No. I was with her about 3 months.
Okay.
She helped me.
Good. And your job's helping you too. I mean, a lot of us put a lot of our have our self-esteem aligned with, our jobs, right? So that's good.
It is.
And how about school?
School, I took a little time off because I started this new job, and it's we deal with law firms, and I just wanted to make sure that that I was established in the job first.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna start school in January.
Okay, good. Okay, so how long were you in Section 8 housing? Supportive housing, we call it. Yeah.
3 years.
3 years. Good. Yeah.
3 years. And it is a need in the community for single mothers. It really is, because when you're a single mother and you're doing everything that you can to provide for your children, and you feel like everything that you're doing is falling apart, it messes with your mind.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like that you're a bad mother. I felt like maybe my kids would be best without me.
No.
So I thought about all of that.
Wow.
Because I was saying, I was just contemplating on what I've been through, and I was saying to myself, why did I allow this man to just put me and my kids through this?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, not knowing how you're going to feed your kids, living in a house with no utilities, and all I ever known is struggle. Yeah. Even though I'm not struggling now, my mindset is still stuck on survival. I'm constantly in a survival mode.
And it's going to be that way for a while.
Yeah.
I think because you were in that for like how many years? 20 some years. So it's going to take some. But you know what? You pat yourself on the back. You're improving. You're doing what you need to do. And it sounds like you're getting to that good place.
I'm getting. Yeah. It's taking some time.
Yeah. All right.
It's taking some time.
So how are your girls?
My oldest daughter just got married beginning of this year.
Oh, congratulations!
To a wonderful man.
Oh, good.
No grandkids yet.
Okay. It'll happen.
I I have another daughter. She's in grad school. She's at the University of Iowa.
Okay.
Um, and I just sent my fourth daughter off to college.
Okay.
Then I have almost 17-year-old at home.
Yeah.
So I got one more to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're great girls. They're doing well.
Good.
This has taught them to be strong women.
Yeah. And we're hoping that this series that we're doing, that you moms out there, that you get a lot out of these series, but one is to like think more wisely before making choices, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So tell me, one of the questions that I always ask all of the moms is like, if you had words of wisdom to the moms out there, what would you say?
Never give up. Believe in yourself, and your situation is only temporary. And I also believe that even when you're in the midst of wherever hell you're going through, I'm starting to see that God has a purpose.
Yeah.
And you do have a voice.
Yeah. Even though you don't see God's plan, He's got a plan.
He does.
He's got a plan. You just have to, deal with it. So.
And I also tell women out there, if you need someone to talk to someone.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I kept it in a long time.
Yeah.
And it was just destroying me on the inside.
Yeah.
I felt like,
I mean, mentally and physically, that can happen.
And right? I think the reason why I didn't reach out to a lot of people, because my ex was very private, and I was doing it to protect him and his reputation, and I defended him to no end.
Yeah.
At the detriment of myself.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what you knew, and that's what you thought you were supposed to do, and you learned. Yeah. Right? Well, LaKeysha, thank you so much. This is great, and to all you moms out there, and dads too. There's a lot of core messages that these moms have shared, and it's keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
Don't give up, right? And if you're a person of faith, rely on your faith.
And I wish that during my time that we had a family promise.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a lot easier.
Right.
I think I would have had this better support system.
Absolutely.
But back during that time,
we weren't here.
No.
Yeah, we weren't here. So
I think you guys are doing a great job in the community.
Yeah. Well, we're trying. Yeah. We're trying. All right. Okay.
I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.